Can I ask kind of what were the prerequisites that maybe Aaron gave you with regards to preparing the music?
I'd worked with Aaron sort of before on Steve Jobs, which he wrote, and he was just very supportive and complimentary about that score. And so he asked me to do this film, which was fantastic. And we eventually met up in Toronto in a Four Seasons hotel. Very Aaron Sorkin.
As you do.
Yeah, it was a very Aaron Sorkin kind of meal. I felt like it was an Aaron Sorkin movie. And he just told me what he wanted from the movie, and he wanted like a really strong theme for Molly that came through. He wanted music that had emotion. I was saying we need something very contemporary as well, like to reflect her world. And you always leave those meetings going, I have no idea if we're going to end up doing what we set out to do, but we did. It was unbelievably effortless and fun, this job. Aaron was an amazing director to work with, really supportive, really collaborative, and I can't believe this is his first film. It feels like he's been making like his 20th.
Yeah, I would imagine that he is. It's a very different kind of role, isn't it? Being a director and actually being in control of the story from beginning to end. And so for you, are you there from the editing process? Are you ever there on set or?
Yeah, I mean, I try and work all the way through. Jessica Chastain's going to turn up, so it's like someone going nuts. Woo! Right. Yeah, I mean, I try and get involved on a film all the way from the beginning. So I went to see them in Toronto while they were shooting, would work with rushes and work with the editors. So I always try and work very closely with the film, which means I don't do many films. But when I do, I'm like super entwined in the whole process. And I think that means you get a score that doesn't sound like everything else. Hopefully it sounds quite original and fresh.
And when you're looking at the film and the context of the movie, were there any kind of instruments that sort of came to mind that kind of ignited an idea for you?
Well, yeah, I mean, I want to make this not feel like a film score. I want to make it feel like a bunch of bands who happen to be doing a film score. So I didn't want to put my film composer hat on. I wanted it to feel like contemporary acts that Molly might listen to. In fact, she's over there. I should actually ask her what she actually listens to, but what I imagine she listened to. And I went for a lot more sort of band-led, like more classic rock bands, sort of hip-hop, electronics, and try to write the score that way, because I wanted to feel part of her world rather than just a film score that was tacked on.
And that's interesting you should say that, because did you then work at all with Jessica Chastain to get her kind of inner thoughts of what her interpretation?
I'd get those through Aaron. Aaron would tell me everyone else's thoughts, and he'd be my filter through which I would get direction. But yeah.
It's much easier.
Aaron's the big boss, right? So you just do what Aaron wants.
Exactly.